Hello, it's God Boy 14. Just doing the audio right now because I'm doing patrol right now, driving. But today, right now it's 4:21 a.m. here in the great state of Florida, Sunshine State. Yeah. But anyway, I was gonna make this is a subject I want to talk about. I know there's two videos. I know I talk about security a lot, and I also did 3 years corrections for the state of Florida. Now, I'm doing this audio. I know saying, "Oh, all I see is just the upper top of the car," but again, I'm driving. So just listen to me. You already see my face. So I'm just gonna give advice and what to do and how to become a correctional officer for any state, really, but not for all states. I don't know. Different states got different laws. It's the same thing as security license to become a security guard or security officer, or armed or unarmed. It all depends on the state and the state laws and the qualifications you need. So in all agencies throughout the United States, you gotta be at least 18 and older. And for corrections and security, you must not have no felonies. You must have a high school diploma or GED. And but I will tell you this perspective, how my process went to become a correctional officer. So I used to work for Florida Department of Corrections, CFRC, Central Florida Reception Center, and I worked there for 3 years, from 2019 to 2023. Now, like I said, every state is different, maybe the same. I don't know if this processing is the same for all the states, but I know for Florida, here's the process. So you do your application on People First. It's called People First. It's a website for people who want to work for the state or whatever, or government, whatever. Basically, mostly state. And then after you do the application, you get a call to do your interview. And you do an interview. It's really an oral board. And the oral board for Florida Park Corrections, I believe, is like that for law enforcement too, where you have for us is my colonel, which is the chief of security. You have your assistant warden or the warden, him or herself, and you got the sergeant, who's the recruiting sergeant when I recruit you. And they ask you, questions pertaining to the application and questions that they want to ask you, like, if you got a difficult situation, what you would do, and all that stuff like that. So you did your application, did your interview, and then say that you get a call back from the recruiter, which is the sergeant. They want to continue with the process. At that point, they will send you to go do your live scan. They'll send you to do your drug test and schedule you for a physical. And once you do your physical and all that stuff, then and everything come back great. Then they'll set you up to come for your orientation, plus get you sized up for your uniform. And after you get sized up for your uniform, they give you a time schedule to go do your. For us, it was the this 170. No, I forgot what it's called. But it's basically like you get certain hours to as a TEA. Now that's the terminology. The state is TEA, which is temporary employee assistant. But here in corrections back then, we call it COT, which is Correction Officer in Training. And from then on in, they give you your schedule the first day you come in, uniformed and everything, and also your date to go do your academy. That's if you're not certified. Now, if you are certified, if the certification of wherever state you're coming from, if you're coming from somewhere, whatever, if it matches to the training curriculum of Florida Department of Corrections, then they would transfer all your certification to that. But if not, you got to go through the academy, and the academy is 3 months long. And I got stories. I got stories to let you know that from my perspective, I got hired in 2019. I've done 3 years of corrections to 2020, which is 2023 last year. I can tell you right now, from my academy, it didn't take no 3 months. It took like 6. All because of, in 2020, you already know what was going on in 2020, so I ain't gotta say it. You already know what's going on in 2020. They just say 2020 was not a good year. But anyway, so I got off track. So you go do your training, and then all you do is get a schedule. You be assigned with a shift, and you work with a sergeant, and that sergeant will teach you how to, run a dorm, how to, do the basic stuff, which is your logs, or how to operate the doors, how to get keys, how to get equipment, all that stuff. And at that point, you cannot carry no pepper spray yet because you're not certified. Now, fast forward, and normally I got hired in October. I didn't go to academy until February of 2020. And at that time, you should know the basics, what to do as a correctional officer and everything like that. But now you're going to the academy now to become a full-fledged correctional officer. I didn't see my face, but well, hear my voice. But anyway, and you learn your introduction to corrections. You learn, which is like, your STGs, what's the solid port, or, what's the kind of, curriculum that you will know as a correctional officer. And then you have your high liability. High liability consists of your firearms, which your DT, defensive tactics, and your first aid, CPR, AED, BLS, basic life-saving skills. And so you go there, you do your academy stuff, you do your academy final exam of the academy itself. That's to pass the academy. But the main one you have to pass 80 or above. I'll say it again. So for ones who is state of Florida, that's 18 or older of age, or older of age, and you want to become a correctional officer, I will let you know, heads up. You can pass the exit exam for the academy. That's cool. But the main meat and potatoes, the main one you need to pass is the state exam. And that determines if you become a certified officer of the state or not. Certified correctional officer. I'm pretty sure it's the same for police. Again, this is for Florida. I don't know how other states does it, but I know Florida. Florida is I know Florida pretty well because I've done it for a while. So anyway, but you gotta get an 80% or above. 80% or above to pass. That's the passable score here in the state of Florida to become a full-fledged certified correctional officer. And I'm pretty sure it's the same thing for county too, but state I know very well. And then after that, You already graduated from the academy, and then you gotta wait for your certification to come in. And your OIC, stands for Officer in Charge in Corrections. That could be your lieutenant or above, captain. Normally it's a captain, depending on what unit you're in. And it depends on what facility you work in, too. Because Florida Park Corrections, they got more than just one facility to work in. You got reception centers, where there's 3 throughout the state. And then you have other CIs. Anything CI, which is correctional institution here in Florida, anybody comes in and say, oh, I'm going to Santa Rosa CI, or I'm going to Lowell CI, or Blake Butler CI. Anything with CI, yes, Florida Park Corrections here in Florida. Like I said, different states states got different genres, different lingos of calling something that's the state prison, whatever. But Florida is that. But anyway, once you pass that, once you get your certification, again, before you went to the academy, we used the COT, which is correctional officer training, but the real terminology for the state is TEA, temporary employer, or temporary employee assistant. Don't make no sense. I like COT better. Sounds a little better. You can't carry mace. The only thing you can carry at that time before you go to the academy is handcuffs and your radio and flashlight, of course. But once you become a certified officer in the state of Florida as a correctional officer, you then can carry pepper spray throughout the compound. You can do this. The things you couldn't do as a TA, screw it, COT, you can do at that point. You can do posts, which I will explain later on soon, the different roles as a correctional officer you would or will partake in at some point in your career as a correctional officer. Again, this is educational purposes to, give people advice to be a correctional officer here in the state of Florida. Like I said, same thing for security, if you want to be a correctional officer in any state, what I said, I'm sorry, I'm tired, guys. But if you want to be a correctional officer, you want to be a security officer, anything as such in your state, because what I'm saying in the 2 videos, which is the first video is my very first one, and the second one I tell you how to get the certification, and this one is tell you how to become a correctional officer in the state of Florida. Those 2 is for the state of Florida. But if you are living outside the state of Florida, look into your laws, do your research, don't give up. You want to do it. But, yeah, that's how I become a correctional officer in the state of Florida. But I have, I have academy stories, and I'm going to start posting stories, too, as well. I might make one later on today. I don't know, because might be knocked out, But yeah, this is an audio for now. You might see my face here and there, but like I said, I was driving. I'm just going to my site. But other than that, yeah, this is Guard Boy 14. Like and subscribe. Sorry, I can't even talk right now. Like and subscribe to this video if you guys want to, get more advice. If this video, get some information and all that, and if you know somebody, that wants to get some advice how to be a security officer or corrections, share my videos. This is my first time doing YouTube. I'm trying to get my hand in YouTube, and I was like, you know what? I see a lot of my favorite YouTubers that I subscribe to. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna at least get my hand in it. And man, I might not do well, but at least like I say, I dang gonna try it. And all I can talk about is stuff that I know, which is public safety, corrections, security. And I do game. If there's gamers out there, I do video game. I got a PS5. I have a lot of games. And whoever's a Metal Gear Solid fan, oh boy, I might make a channel. I might make another channel consist of Metal Gear Solid because I'm a big fan of Metal Gear Solid, and I can't wait for Delta to come out at some point. Hopefully around this year, more than likely. But anyway, this is Guard Boy 14 signing out. Peace.